Good evening, guys. My name is Sanjay Singh, and I welcome all of you to this online session on Google Cloud Platform. So, today we are going to start Google Compute Services. So, in this module, we will discuss about virtual machines, how to create VMs, and how to get console of VMs, properties of VMs. So, first of all, let's discuss about the components which are available into your compute services. Okay. So, basically, there are three categories in Google. So first one is virtual machine. Then we have code and containers, and then serverless system. In virtual machines, we will get VMs. We can create VMs, Windows, Linux, and we can run containers also. Okay. In code and containers, we can run. We can do containers orchestration. Okay. We can run uh, Kubernetics. Okay. And then we can deploy container orchestration. So container orchestration. Okay, so in which you will get by default auto scaling and load balancing if you're going to use uh, container orchestration or Kubernetes engine you're going to deploy here. In serverless you can deploy cloud functions, Google functions. Okay, so functions you can deploy into serverless environment. So serverless environment means without worrying about underlying hardware. Okay, you need to focus on your code. So whatever code you want to run in your background. Okay, now functions means functions are used when you want to trigger something in background. Okay, so the code which will run on a specific time or on a specific event or on a specific trigger. Okay, that is known as functions. So that you can run on a serverless platform on Google. So in this lecture we are going to discuss about virtual machines. Okay, so first of all, the features of VM in compute engine in Google. Let's discuss that. Features. So first feature is sub minute billing. That is the first feature. So Google is charging us per minute. Okay, so if you have consumed 1 minute 20 second, so you will be charged for 1 minute 20 second. Okay, that is the first feature. Second feature is global scoped image. So images which are global you can use, or you can create a global image also with your VM. Then next feature is supports CDN. It supports content delivery network, so you can cache your static content on your edge locations. Now disk performance. So in terms of disk performance, you can use local SSD or RAM disk, infrared disk, which is known as infrared disk. Number fifth is high network performance. High network performance. Number six is sixth one is live migration. Number seven is auto restart. Number eight is machine right sizing, so you can choose right size of machine. Number 9 is automatic discount on committed, automatic discount on committed saving. Like if you are going to use promotable VMs, okay, which promotable VMs means like the VM which the resource which are free in Google data center, so you can take those resources on less charges, and then Google can take back or revoke anytime those resources from you. Okay, so that is known as in that kind of term you will get automatic discount from Google. So number 10 is you can use predefined images, predefined and custom types of VM or machine. So number 10, number 11. Number 11 would be it supports global load balancing as well as it supports auto scaling. So these are the features of VM, okay, which you will configure in Google Cloud. Now let's discuss about components which you will use in your VM. Okay, components. So number 1, disk. Number 2, images. Number 3, networks. Number 4, firewall. Number 5, addresses. Number 6, regions and zones. Number 7, instances. Number 8, load balancer or auto scaling. Number 9, instance template. Number 10, instance group. So these are the components which you will use when you will create a VM. What they are, we will discuss one by one. Okay, now you can create your VMs, Linux VMs or Windows VMs. Now let's discuss about machine type. Machine types. So we have first gen VMs and second gen VM. Sorry, my writing is very poor, so you need to manage that. So first gen VM, that means first generation VM. What you can do, you can create custom or predefined VMs. Okay, in predefined you can use shared core, okay, and mega or ultra, and sorry, one second, ultra and GPUs based VMs you will get in first generation. In second generation, you will get custom and predefined VMs in second generation. Correct. Now, the types which we are discussing. So there would be a standard VM. One second. Standard, then high CPU, then high memory VMs. These are the categories. Shared core VMs. So let's discuss first of all standard. So if you're going to use standard VM, then you will get 3.75 GB of RAM and CPUs, virtual CPUs, vCPUs, you will get 1 to 64. Okay, or 96 is depend on the region. That is the limitation of standard if you're going to use. Okay, and if you're going to use high CPU VMs, so you will get more virtual CPUs relative to memory dates. Okay, so RAM you will start with 0.90 GB per virtual CPU per V CPU. Okay, and the CPUs which you will get from CPU 2 to 64 or 96. That is the configuration of high CPU machine. Then high memory. High memory VMs. So which needs more memory over CPUs. Okay, so 6.5 CB RAM. 1 second. 6.50 GB RAM per CPU per virtual CPUs per virtual CPUs. Okay, and CPU you will get 2 to 64 or 96. Now shared core. So in shared core there are two kinds of VMs, F1 and G1. So which are used for micro busting. Now these are the machine types. There are lots of more machines like ultra machines. So they are GPU based machines. Okay, so which you will get the list like if you need a machine for a gaming purpose, for rendering purpose, then you will use GPU based machines. Okay, so and quota will be applied to your VM machines. Okay, so if you're going to create a GPU based machine, so there would be a quota limit, so you need to check the quota limit in your region. Okay, which will be applied on per virtual CPUs or the instance which you are creating. Okay, so that you need to check the quota. Okay, and the GPU instances which you will create, there is some limitations. You cannot migrate those GPU instances. You cannot attach GPU instance to instances which is in share code via machines type. Okay, so these are the basically limitations for GPU instances, and you have to install GPU's driver also if you're going to use GPU based machines. Now let's discuss about disk which we are going to use here. So we are going to use here number one. There are three kinds of disk. So first is persistence disk. Persistent disk. Number two is local disk. Number three is RAM disk. So these are the disks which we can attach to our virtual machine. So if you're going to use persistent disk, then you need to attach network interface. Okay, and persistent disks are independent of compute instances. They are zonal in nature. Okay, so that means reside in a zone, inside a zone, and used as bootable and for snapshot. You can use SSD or HDD. Okay, for your booting files, for your snapshot file, you can use persistent disk. Okay, and in disk you can attach SSD or HDD. That is totally up to you. Okay, so the IOPS which you need, that is dependent on your services which you are going to use on that particular VM. So as per your network requirement, that was your read write capacity, you can choose whatever disk type you are going to use. Correct. You can resize dynamically this VM. Okay, resizing. Okay, you can attach to multiple VMs for read-only data. Automatic encryption will be applied on your VM. So that is the advantage of persistent disk. Local disk is known as data disk. So local disk can be attached to VM. So that will be ephemeral in nature. Okay, so data type or data which will be stored on this disk, that will be, you will be lost your data, sorry, you will the data will be present in your disk when you will restart, stop, or terminate your instance. Okay, so it provide high IOPS based on size of disk. So high IOPS. Okay, so next is there is a predefined size of 375 GB and up to 8 TB you will get their disk. So you cannot live migrate to this disk, that is a limitation. And for connecting your disk you will get SCSI or NVM interface. Okay, and one more thing, that disk local disk is not available in shared code, so that means you cannot attach a local disk into share code. Now RAM disk, so that is faster in nature than any disk which are available. It is ephemeral. So ephemeral means if you will store anything in this disk, so the data will be deleted, or you would not be able to access your data after stop, after restart, or after terminate your disk. So that means you can use for memory purpose only, for caching purpose only. Okay, so that is the types of disk which we can use in our compute instances. Then we have instance templates and groups, so which we will discuss in our next module. Okay, so let's go to your console.